Good morning. It's Sunday morning, a little bit kind of like cool and crisp outside. Finally, I've got my cup of coffee. I came out here early and watched the sunrise. One of those kind of like special little mornings where everything feels good in the world. Okay. Welcome to week 8, module 3, our last week of resilience, grit, and growth mindset. And then after this week, we're going to take a 1-week break, right? We're going to regroup. We're going to spend some time with our family and friends. We're going to catch up on other coursework and then come back refreshed to wrap up the last 8 weeks of the class, or 7 weeks. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, it's going to go fast. Okay. 2 essential things that have to happen that are not listed as assignments in Canvas. So make sure that you're listening to this piece very closely, and links to both are above this video on the homepage. But you've got 2 things you've got to do. 1, the survey. GOA is going to send you a link to that on Monday. Sometimes it does end up in people's junk mail, so just be looking out for that. And I will be in touch with you midweek if you haven't filled out the survey yet, because it's just essential. GOA needs everybody to do that. And so I will keep getting in touch with you about filling that out until it's done. And then the second thing is the reflection. And the reason when you want to do that is because after this week, we finish our first term, you're going to get a report card sent to you, your school, your parents, and there's a part in there where you have to write a reflection on the semester based on the comps and outcomes that are posted. And there's once again a link to explain this. But if you don't do that part, then it looks like you neglected your responsibility in the report card. That doesn't look so good. So just let's get on top of both of those things. If you haven't done them, you'll hear from me. I'll message you and remind you to do them, but go ahead and just knock them out so you don't have to think about them. So Monday, survey, reflection, you could go ahead and do today. Okay, then next week, week 9, after, we're going to do a whole week of resilience, grit, and then take a break. Okay, I think we're set on that. Okay, there is a group assignment this week, but it's a little bit of a lighter lift because you don't have to coordinate times. You're going to do it in Pronto, and everybody's been assigned a group, and you're going to just have a group discussion in messaging each other in Pronto. And I've set up the groups for you. So when you go into Pronto, you should be able to find your group. It's listed on the growth mindset assignment. You'll be able to see which group you're in, and then you go to that group. And then I'm also part of the group. So the way I'm going to grade it is your participation with each other in that discussion. And then you have another assignment this week where you're going to get into the mindset of a positive psychology researcher. And you're going to consider, if you were to research kids and growth mindset, how would you set up that study to understand growth mindset better? So this is an opportunity to be creative. And then the bigger assignment, culminating assignment for this module, is going to be at the end of this week. And you are going to figure out a way to teach growth mindset, resilience, grit to a kid. So this could be an activity that you set up that would be done maybe in like an advisory or a classroom. This could be a children's book that you write. This could be a PowerPoint, but somehow you're going to put together a project that allows kids to really sink into this. And this is the culminating project. So I am looking for effort, thought, creativity, how well you teach the skill, a lesson, maybe creating just a lesson plan on it would be really neat. And then you can present that out to us in any way that you want. Okay. So, I hope what you're getting out of this module is that developing resilience and grit is about creating skills to push through adversity, but it also so much comes down to the narrative we tell ourselves and how we manage our own vulnerabilities and insecurities and disappointments and setbacks. One that just really sticks out to me, and this is going to lead up to our question to wrap up, but you've heard me say that my son plays college football, and he was in Austin this weekend playing a game, and they were projected to win the game. They didn't, and so it was a big upset. It was one of their first conference games, so not something they wanted to lose. And I talked to him afterwards, and I could just hear just just down. Like he was just so incredibly down and frustrated and upset and disappointed, and just it didn't play out the way that they wanted or needed it to. And so then, to make matters worse, all of his friends, no matter where they go to school in the United States, had all come back to go to the LSU Ole Miss game, big, huge all-day tailgate. And he's sitting in a dumpy hotel room in Austin, Texas, having just lost a football game, and his body's hurting, and it was really hot, so he's dehydrated, and there's no fun to be had for him. So he's feeling really alone and down. And it was a hard conversation. Like, I got off the phone and my mood just plummeted, right? Like, because I'm just so sad for him. But I also know that there's a bigger thing going on here, right? Like, there's a bigger thing going on, and he will spend this week recovering and figuring out how to manage through that setback, and it will be okay, even though maybe it didn't feel that way as he's having major FOMO and his body's hurting and he's disappointed. So my question to you is, when have you felt this sort of thing where like it just like everything around you just like it doesn't feel right? Like it's disappointing and it's hard and you're hurt, and yet you've got to pull yourself out of it, because this is resilience and grit, right? Like if we stay stuck in this, then we're stuck. And so when have you had to pull yourself out? And not only that, but how did you do? What little steps? What helped? How did you do it? All right. I look forward to hearing what you have to say, because I'm hurting for him, and I love the idea that we all this is universal. We all have to do this at times. All right. Have a great day.